What is up, everybody? My name is James, and we are glad that you are here talking to us today. Welcome to Band Class. We're just a podcast we're going to start doing. This is our first episode, but we're going to be talking about all things Christian music. You know, we're going to talk about some things, some technical stuff that our musician friends will be able to get into. We'll be talking about just songs in general, songs that we like, songs that are new, songs that we've heard about. And really, we're just gonna cover a little bit of everything.
Toads.
Yeah.
Cool. So, but today,
forget
I'm
those.
here with a couple of my good friends, and we're gonna all kind of just go around and introduce ourselves so that you guys can get to know who it is that's talking to you.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna start. My name is James. I am
James.
a piano player,
Hi, James.
and I play piano for the children's ministry at the church. And as well, I play organ and strings and related things like that for the youth group at my church.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Boom.
Who wants to go next?
You can go.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. I do the opposite of James. I play the organ and strings for the children's ministry and things like that. And then for the college chapel, I play the same thing and a little bit of piano there. Play guitar on the side. Used to be more of a guitar player. Bass occasionally. That's about it.
He plays basically everything, you know.
Yep. He pretty much.
Well, no, so does James.
Pretty much plays everything.
Dude, I played drums like one time for reserves, and it was dreadful.
You sure it was dreadful?
It was like everyone hated it.
Really?
Yes.
They had talked to you after service, and they were just like, "That was dreadful." They used
No, but like, I mean, I'm on pretty good terms with the guys, but they were just like looking at me like, dude, what are you doing?
Well,
That'd be
So
terrible.
by chance, could you tell us your name?
no, I don't have a name.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Moving on.
the mic with no name.
Right.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
Clint
just a
Eastwood,
mic that showed
let's
up.
move on.
Isaac.
All right.
I'm
Hi,
Isaac,
Isaac.
everybody. Isaac.
Hi, Isaac.
Welcome to the table.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
All right.
My name is Jonathan, but people call me Snow because of my last name.
Hi, Snow.
Hey, thank
Hi,
you very
Snow.
much. Yeah, my last name is actually Snowden, and I'm not related to Edward Snowden. Thank you very much. But people just call me Snow, though. So you guys can call me Snow.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, we're gonna call you Snow.
yeah. And basically, I play electric guitar in our youth ministry here at our church. I think what we're going to refer to our church as the church or our church, right? We're
That's
just gonna
what-
say
you know.
that? Okay.
Just,
All right.
just for
yeah.
just because.
Exactly. I like that.
Undisclosed.
Yes.
Mystery.
Redacted. Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it, though. I just play electric guitar. I fiddle around with other instruments, but not enough to actually play with the band.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with me. I'm pretty much just if it has an actual keyboard, then I can play it.
Well, we can't
Boom.
forget James's vocals, though. He's a vocalist.
Yes.
He can sing.
You can sing.
I
Oh,
cannot
please.
sing.
Oh,
No.
no, please.
I can try to sing. But I
I've
can't
tried in
sing.
the past. And, it's gone. It's with varying degrees of success. Put it
Exactly.
that way.
If you need a Louis Armstrong impersonation, I'm your guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
We might have to hear that.
Back to you on that. Okay, great.
Boom. There we go.
It's a good way
I
to
want to
start.
do when the Saints go marching in. Then we're all set.
I want to be in that number.
Okay, please stop. That's really bad. All right. Yeah.
I like
so
it. I like it.
No. What do you say?
I said I like it. I like
Okay,
it.
all
I
right.
like it.
Right. We'll
Thanks.
use
Good.
it for
Thank
something at some point in the next 40 years or so.
Yeah. Mixtape coming your way.
There you go. All right, so let's keep going. As part of introducing ourselves, I kind of want to go around and explain to the listeners kind of where we came from, it regards music, especially. Where we started out and how we got to playing and doing what we do now.
Yeah.
So,
It's the origin story.
origin story. It's the
yeah.
backstory.
Yeah.
So,
it's better than the X-Men Origins. Way better.
please, yeah. So I guess I'll start since
Oh, by all means.
Yeah,
Thank-
you got
thank
the
you.
mic. You got the
There
hot
we
mic.
go. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so I got saved at a really young age. I want to say I was like 3 or something like that. You
Okay.
know, just at my kitchen table with my family.
Wow.
My dad led me through the sinner's prayer, and that was that.
That's
So a
Cool,
couple
yeah.
years, yeah, it's like it's great.
yeah.
And so it's great to be
Sorry.
saved, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Um,
indeed. It is.
A couple years after that, I started doing like music classes, right? I was homeschooled. And so what we did was we'd meet up with a bunch of the other homeschoolers and we would do this music class from time to time, which basically involved a bunch of little kids sitting in a room singing songs while a lady that was running the class would play the piano. And then I don't know what kind of songs what would you call that? Like as far as a genre, like you know what I'm talking about, like
Christian
I
kid
am a
songs?
CH, yeah, like Christian kids songs,
Yeah.
but there's just like
I am a CH,
that's so vague these
CHR,
days.
yes.
Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I mean, in the kids ministry we do all kinds of stuff, you know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would say Christian kids songs. There's probably some of the other like
Father Abraham.
Mother Goose
had many
genre or
songs.
whatever you
Yeah.
call it. I don't know.
Songs,
There's probably some of
sweet
those in there
songs.
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. And so I went up. Apparently, I went up to my parents. This is stuff. A lot of this is stuff they've told me because I was kind of young and I don't really remember. But I went up to my parents and asked them about piano lessons.
Yeah.
Right. And which honestly, like thinking back, it kind of surprises me because what I remember from that point in my life is that I really liked football a lot. And I liked, I don't know, like playing with NASCARs on the floor or something, like
Yeah.
I was just a
Typical.
5-year-old James, just doing what I do.
Boom.
But I asked my parents about piano lessons, and I kept on like asking them because they were like thinking, he's 5 years old, he's really young. We want to see if this sticks around a little bit, see if he's serious about this before we actually go and like invest money into this.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause piano lessons cost money, So
Depends. But yeah.
usually, yeah. And so I kept asking, and the same thing kept going. Apparently, one day, I got picked up from the music class, and the lady that plays the piano there, the lady that was in charge of the class, she went up to my parents and said, so I was talking to, James was talking to me after class. He said he would be, like, he wants to take piano lessons sometime. So, I mean, if that's something you guys are interested in, just let me know. And they started talking a little bit about it. And so it was then really that my parents were like, okay, he really wants this. Like, this is going to be something that happens. That's like going to happen someday,
Yeah.
And so, really, and honestly, looking back, I do think it was the Lord that put that desire in my heart. Again, knowing me at that age, there was really nothing there that would say like this kid's gonna do anything like that. Or he's into music. I
Yeah.
wasn't really into music.
Yeah.
I was just into football. That was
Exactly.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and so
I have a theory about that type of thing too, by the way, as far as like talent and what that actually means. But
Really?
we'll talk about that.
oh yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
All
That'll
right,
be
all right,
good.
cool.
So I started taking piano lessons with her, and I started going through like learning my notes and
Yeah.
stuff. And like eventually, I went through like I had a lot of teachers growing up. I had a lot of different piano teachers, a lot of different places, and
Different faces.
yes, and then that's well played, and learned how to play classical music. So I spent the
Yeah.
longest time learning how to play classical style, like sheet music, stuff like that, and which was great. And I still actually remember some songs. Like before the guys got here, I was playing like one of the Bach pieces, like that one Bach piece in G that's on every like demo song for like it's a demo song on every keyboard ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
my favorite song.
That one,
Yeah. Classic.
and yeah.
Yeah.
I forget.
It's good
what
head
it's so
nod
classic
music.
you don't know it is. It's like one of those classics where you don't know what it's called.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I tried to accompany you and it sounded terrible.
yeah, I actually totally lost my train of thought, and the song just kind of died there. But
That's okay.
Yeah, destroyer of worlds or destroyer of songs.
okay, all right.
All right, please.
So
continue.
I kept going, and I eventually met the last piano teacher I had was a man that used to play piano for the church that I go to, and he plays for other churches now. And so we talked to him, and we brought in my piano books and stuff like that, what I've been working on. I showed him some of the stuff that I could do, and he was like, "That's really good. I like this. This is not the kind of music that I play, though." Right? And so he went from there, and I started taking lessons with him, and he taught me how to use the number charts that we use in the church, which are more conducive to a church setting in a lot of cases, like to a church band setting.
Yeah, exactly. Especially
You know?
if your singers aren't necessarily know what key they want to sing in. It's really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
discussion for another day. Whew, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, once that happened, he actually was the one that told the children's ministry that I could play piano, and they started me off playing the second keyboard on Sunday nights there.
My job. Well, actually, not
Well,
anymore.
sort of.
But
Sort
that
of
was
your
my
job,
job.
but
That's
yeah.
where I started too.
And so I moved from there, and over the years, started playing and that was like every other week too, because we had like 5 piano players or something like that. You know?
Yep. Dedication.
So yeah, so I was every other week the Sunday night second keyboard player.
Commitment.
Yeah. So I kept doing that, and then eventually, like over the years, I became the every Sunday morning piano player and
Reliable.
Sunday night, like the lead, the Sunday. You're making me lose
Yes.
my words here, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You're making-
No. I'm just summarizing what you're saying because
Okay,
it's
yeah.
good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I went from there. I started playing the first piano, the lead piano, every Sunday morning, Sunday night from there. And now I actually am the worship leader over there and kind of run the music program. to a degree.
Promotion.
Yeah. So that's good.
Responsibility.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. We got a great bunch of kids in there, and some of them are not kids anymore, like Isaac and myself. But we got a lot of nice, we got a lot of kids with a great attitude, a great heart coming in there and doing their thing.
Yeah.
And I started playing for the Bible college that I went to for a couple years. I played there second keyboard, and now I play second keyboard for the youth group, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's basically my life in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's more to come. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. You guys are gonna get a front row seat, except it's just gonna be audio. So sorry about that.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll figure something out. All right.
Yeah.
But for now, just audio.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Sounds good. So
Exactly.
that was me. I don't know if either of you wants to go. Isaac, why don't you
Yep.
say something?
Oh,
How'd you
okay.
get started with this whole business?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, similar backstory, origin story there. Just yep. Started out playing piano, keyboard at a young age. Loved it. Thought it was awesome. My mom got me a keyboard for Christmas one year. Spent hours on that thing. Really didn't grow up with any musicians in my family or extended family except for my grandfather. He played bluegrass style guitar and banjo, and always wanted me to follow in his footsteps. So he bought me guitars when I was young and stuff like that. But I went more, the rock and roll sort of route. And,
Right. Yeah.
well, my uncle was in a rock band. He wasn't saved, and so he was giving me lessons, and I was transferring what I knew over into Christian rock and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of what I went for, and it wasn't not too long after. Eventually, my grandfather would pass away, and I really got into the Southern gospel sort of Christian music, the bluegrass sort
Yeah.
of stuff that he played, and so I kind of followed in his footsteps
Get a vocal band.
after that. So get really into that stuff, the mandolin, the banjo, guitar. I love stuff like that now. And it's for sure. So started out playing guitar down here in the college chapel, like James was talking about. Started with that. Got a little burnt out on guitar though, and decided to go back to what I first started playing when I was young. The piano. I've learned a lot from James and from watching other people, and I'm playing that now. I lead piano Sunday nights and back up in the mornings, and then chapel service, college chapel services. I'm playing that as well. So love doing that.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very
Now,
nice.
a couple things. I actually didn't know that you started learning piano before guitar.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, actually I didn't learn a whole lot, but I was just goofing off on it as a kid. But my first official lessons was on guitar, and so for the
Right,
longest
okay.
time I was just known as a guitar player. Here at the ministry I was nothing but a guitar player, but like I said, I'm not, I like acoustic guitar better than electric, and they had me playing electric a whole
Yeah.
lot more, and so
You did play electric. I remember that.
yeah, that's what I mostly played, and so
like that electric
we
too.
got a really good electric guitar player now over at the chapel, and I said, you know what, we need a keys player. I'll go hop on that if you'd like, and he tried me out, and I made it, and
Nice.
There we
it's
go.
good.
Yeah. Cool.
Another thing you said is that you didn't have a lot of musicians. You didn't know a lot of musicians growing up, and
That's true.
neither did I really.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Honestly, I think the only person in my family or anything was, my dad can sing.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
other than that,
Same here. I didn't have any family members or a lot of people that I knew that played. I had a friend in high school that knew how to play electric guitar. He'd say stuff every now and then. I was just like, yeah, I want to try that out someday.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it, though.
Right.
Well, I don't know if I can really say that because by the time I was like 10 or 11, I started to meet people that, played music and stuff and made friends like
Well,
that.
and that's a really valuable thing to have, especially the location we're at here. We're surrounded by many, many good musicians that you can look up to, learn things from, just watch
Very
them
true.
play.
Exactly.
And it's amazing. Like it's the rate at which my skill in playing has grown has increased exponentially since I moved here. So it really is.
And
Surround yourself with fellow musicians.
Do
It
that,
really helps.
yes.
And also assume that you guys are also, with what you're doing now, have the opportunity to also teach other people in turn.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Yeah.
That helps out a lot as well.
Because it really, I always found it interesting how I could also learn something from teaching somebody. It just kind of, in a way, like reaffirms the things that I've already been taught, and gives me a clear, I guess, perspective on
Right.
like,
Right.
what it
Solidifies
is.
those things.
Exactly. I always thought that was pretty cool. But okay, so my name's Snow, and I got started after my first year being in Bible college, and I'd always wanted to learn how to play guitar, and I just kind of got started and looked up a lot of tutorials on YouTube. Learned a lot of things from people who have been playing for a while, and just kind of growed from there, and like now I'm playing at Crossfire, and I played in the chapel too whenever I was in the Bible college as well, and I even played bass a little bit when I was there too. But yeah, I'd kind of just like playing rhythm for the most part. I'm trying to grow a little bit more into doing lead stuff. And this kind of goes into a conversation that we might have in the future about that, because I'm kind of a believer in rhythm kind of takes importance over lead for the most part. I'm kind of a believer in that. And so,
Right.
yeah, like I can't really get into something if I hear somebody soloing over like the entire song.
It definitely gets old, and then it gets like distracting.
It is distracting at times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I do solos and different things at times, but very sparingly, just because I don't really see like the need for it at all times for the most part. Yeah. So
Makes sense.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's me though.
That's you.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
That's my space.
All right. Cool.
It's you.
So yep, that's what we do. We're all we're all on a band with somebody else. Actually, I don't think you guys, Isaac and Snow. I don't know if you guys have ever played together.
No,
Have you?
I
No,
think
no,
so.
no, I
Well,
don't think so.
Maybe a little bit during the we did. Uh-huh.
What was it?
It was like a little late night thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think that was it though.
That was it. Yeah, we did get to play that.
Yeah. We did some kind of like conference. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
What were we? The Golden Street Boys.
something like that.
Something like oh man.
Something
Yeah,
crazy.
we had a weird
Don't
name.
ask about that
Hey,
one.
Golden
Yikes.
Street. I just got what that means.
Yeah, it just clicked.
Oh my God.
It clicked.
Because like heaven, Streets of Gold,
Streets
and
of
then,
Gold,
you
yeah.
know,
This was like in
Golden
August,
Street
keep in mind.
Boys,
Yikes.
Yeah, I get it
Backstreet.
now. I get it.
Yeah. Took you a while. Snow.
I like that.
What was that? That was a year ago.
Whoosh.
Golden streaks back. All right. Yeah. I like it.
Okay, now he likes it. Yeah.
But yeah, this is something we'll probably be remedying in the future. At some point, we got to give you guys the music package. Where we all
give
get on
you a taste of that.
We all got to get on a song together at some
Yeah.
point. If we're gonna be doing this.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but
like
this podcast we're gonna be talking about again everything Christian music, and we're gonna try. And I know we talked about a lot of things today, honestly, that pertain more to musicians, or a lot. Honestly, I think more of the Christian musicians that are listening will be able to identify than those that aren't.
Yeah.
But we'd like to keep it to where it's accessible to everyone, where you don't really need knowledge of it. And those of you that aren't musicians, stick around. Hopefully you guys will learn something. Hopefully we'll, say something that's actually useful,
Exactly.
and we'll talk about not just like the act, like playing music or singing or things like that. We'll also talk about like music in the church, and we'll go through discussions of that nature as well.
Talk about like different artists, different songs that we like. Maybe even at some point do like a top 10 or
that would
top
be pretty
20
sweet.
Yeah.
things like that.
Top 10 would be good. I'm thinking of some top 10s right now. We could do that.
Exactly. So,
Also, for topics for videos or just in general, really, feel free to leave comments, questions on any of our videos, any of our podcasts, wherever we decide to post them. I think we're going to be posting them at the beginning on YouTube and go from there. But feel free to leave comments if you guys want us to talk about something, or if you have a question you need answering, please give us your questions. Give us something to talk about.
all the questions. We can never run out of things to talk about.
Right.
So we need your help.
There we go. Yeah. Help us help you.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
There you go.
Yeah.
all right. Well, anybody got anything else they want to add on that?
Can't really think of anything else.
Well, I can't either. I think it's time we wrap this one up. Well, this has been Band Class, guys. I'm James. Thank you all for joining us, and we will catch you later. God bless.
Salutations.
Adios.